everyone, to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Palace on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on another team from the Big 12, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Sooners will kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the hope.
Oh, look out! Tackle is made after the first down. The Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
He's looking to throw it, trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This time it's complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. This crowd knows when to bring it. From the red zone, looking for a space. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. And it's caught! Touchdown, South Carolina!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Oklahoma's offense has the ball for the first time. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football at a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much they'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Makes a catch and knocked down. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. The back goes in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's caught. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. The run from the shotgun. They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. And the Sooners look to keep this drive humming. They'll give it to him again.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Looking downfield, it's Vega. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And if you turned on the tape last week, you're getting more of the same in the 1st quarter. This defense last week harassing the QB with 6 sacks, now getting out the gates in the field.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. 1st one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
That's caught. It's Landry. Oh, what a move! And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
I remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. And the Gamecocks moving quickly to the line.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. It's complete to the left. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the run is for no gain and no more time left on the clock in the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Sooners will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, we know these were slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. It didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
They'll run the option. Hard running there. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so we can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Keeps the legs moving. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Gain of 17 on the play.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The sweet feet buy a little time. At the 35, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Finds his man. It's Robbins. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like...
And down he goes back at the 3.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first hit.
And that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Makes his connection. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And the Sooners want to crank the tempo.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this?
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Sooners are rolling down the field. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Looking to throw, it's Vega. Using his legs to buy some time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't...
Picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
Slant routes. They're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage, too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're...
He's going to fire deep. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, South Carolina.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got it.
And they got him for the sack. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Back to pass, it's Vega. Got his man quickly. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Sooners will call on their punt team. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
Why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football game.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. That's caught. It's Landry. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. And the Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He unleashes a long one. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far.
The Gamecocks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
They really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how.
And he intercepts it. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll put the tight end in motion. To the air, it's Vega. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight up front. They're just getting...
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Got it back on 2nd and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. 3rd and goal for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And the pummeling has started.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
The give to the back. Smashes through. And he'll be brought down.
And what a run. When you're an offensive coordinator and you're backed up, you're just trying to create some space to get out of your own end zone, and it's always a nice bonus when you pop one and create some serious space for your offense and some momentum going forward.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field.
Number 17, on to punt and away.
Running it back, it's Wells. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards and they'll move the chains.
And listen, if it ain't broke... I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life.
Touchdown, South Carolina! And the stomping has commenced. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Looking downfield, it's Vega. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Sooners line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the same page.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Touch pass on the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
So will the beatdown continue? Back for the ages in store. We'll see as we start the 4th. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chain.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Dropping back, it's Vega. He's got it down the middle.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Wants to throw on third. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete downfield. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He's going to pass. Wide open downfield. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous party gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
Yeah, and good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the move from inside his 5. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They believe they can run right here. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Might as well give it to him again. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They're testing the right side here. And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. This is what an elite team